So I'm not sure. Oops. I'm bumping into everything. Everybody knows I'm a klutz, right? So I was just on another live and I was doing clusters. And after I walked away because I was hungry and I still didn't get to really eat yet. That's why I have my coffee and my scones here. But, oh, for the love of coffee. And that is some super strong coffee. Whoosh. Yeah, you guys thought I was jittery before. I am back to drinking crazy amounts of coffee. And yeah, my thing's a little wonky, but I really wanted to share this with you, and my phone is still charging, and now you're on my iPad, so it's just wonky. And I'm upside down, so you'll just accept me as I am, right? I hope so, anyway. Just so you guys know, on my live chats, I don't delete the chat. I will eat in front of you because I'm hungry and I haven't done anything yet. But what I want to share with you here for a second is I had an idea, and here's why. I walked over and I thought, oh my gosh, wouldn't it be fabulous? Because when I was a kid, I collected postcards, but I was flipping through the postcards and came across this one where it says, The Legend of the Spanish Moss. And one of my mom's friends, Ruth, which I'm familiar with, my mom's now passed, and my grandmother is now passed. And this is right before my grandmother passed away. Wow, that's amazing. So I thought, since this is a baby book, this is addressed to my mom and my grandmother, and it's my grandbaby. So this would be her great-great-grandmother, Vesta Best, and her great-grandmother, Jackie Brown, which are my mom and my grandma. And I thought, oh gosh, I would love to put this in here just for her to have. And it'll look good in the baby book that way. But then my brain was still thinking about clusters. So I'm going to move my baby book away and start thinking about clusters. Now I don't want to damage this in any way, staple this in any way, because this is just a little piece of history for the baby and my daughter. And she was born in the year of the dog, so I have this set aside to decide whether or not I want to do something about that. I have vellum that I've gathered, the postcards I want to use, and I'll just create this in the way that where I organize it while hanging out with you guys. Hopefully that's okay. And that's why I use my iPad, because we can just play until that dies, and then I can bring my phone over and play until that dies. I want to get this baby book done, and this is going to be cute. All right, so let's do this. This is the postcard size. So let me see. Does vellum even rip? Let's see if we... Oh, vellum rips beautifully. Look at this. So I want to do five cluster, 5 postcards. Okay, so this will be 1. Let's have them all ripped edges. 2. And I'm just preparing my cluster items. I have a little trash bin right underneath me. Hi, Sherry. I'm sorry that I'm on so much today. I just want to work on this and figured I'd hang out with you guys. All right, and let's rip this. Now, this is going to be too big for the postcard, so let's just rip a... Oh, that ripped really straight. So you can tell which way the grain flows on this, and that's okay. So we want 5 pieces of vellum, so I only need 1 of these. And so I have 2 now. We'll rip this in 2 more pieces. Wow, it's hard to even rip that crooked. All right. And we want you all to be smaller than the postcard. And this is just baby feet. Here, you can kind of see it. Let me put it on there. Do you see the baby feet? And so the postcards can work as journaling spaces for her. And I chose postcards out of my stash from when I had them as a kid. And then obviously Mom added to that stash. So I don't know which ones I picked up and which ones she picked up. Okay, now I have 6 of these. All right, so let's create our little station of things. So first, we're going to have postcards. That'll be on the bottom. Then all of them are going to have baby feet because that just brings in the baby. I still have trash on my desk, guys. I can't help but work like that. That's just how it goes. I wish I had like a little bit of aluminum foil. That would be a good color to put on here. But I'm not going to get up and go. So my husband has a pair of raggedy jeans that I cut apart a while back. But I had a nice big slice of the raggedy jeans, so I just grabbed a little slice. So we want to cut this into, let's not do 6 pieces of this, because I like the inside and outside of jeans. I wonder if I can rip it. Oh, not that way. Oh, not that way either. All right, let's snip it and see if we can rip it. Maybe. Oh, I'm not that strong. Let me try this way. You know, because there's always a grain. Oh, maybe. Oh, here it goes. We have a good rip there. And see if I can rip it this way. Oh, try as I might. Okay, maybe not. Trying still. Yeah, it definitely has a particular weave. So, what did I do with my fancy pants scissors? I have no idea what I did with my... Oh, here they are, under my scones. I do love scones. All right, and we'll put 2 fancy pants. Oh, that one already is fancy pants. Oh, no pun intended. They came off jeans. Ooh. So we'll have 2 ripped sides this way. Now we know that this is the way it rips. We'll get it started, and we'll rip it. And what I want to do is I want to have first the postcard, then the vellum, then 1 piece of my fabric over here, whichever fabric I feel like, which is kind of a neutral color. And I should have 5 of these, and I was sorting my images, so let me just set my images over here. They can go inside here so I can keep them separate. Let's get our 5 fabric pieces. 1, 2. These are scraps that I cut off of big fabric from when I was at a fabric store, and they have you cut pieces off to bring it to the counter. Then they were jerks, so I just walked out with the fabric pieces. I only have 2 of those left. I have 1 piece of gauze, so that means I need 3 pieces of jeans, because I want to have a total of 6. This is way too much gauze. You know, baby Band-Aids, they have a tendency to get themselves hurt. Let's rip this. All right, we know I'm weak, because I can't even rip this. Oh. Oh, here it comes. Now we got messy gauze. Oh, that's fabulous. I'm going to like that one. So I have messy gauze. Let's do the messy gauze twice, because that's just nice. Even layered up like that. Here, that's just too big. Hi, Clara. Someone inspired me to make some clusters, and that's what I'm grabbing. Okay, that's a little bit smaller, so maybe we make smaller messy gauze, and that's just its own layer of messy loveliness. Because there's always fibers. We don't need it on all of them, though. All right, so now I have 3 things. 1, 2, 3. Oh, look at that. 4, 5. I don't need to do any more jeans, and I can save this little guy for later. Now, I'm still going by size. So this is tiny. This is going to go on top. This one I don't want to use. Oh, look, this is fabric too. Dag nabbit. I like this fabric. Maybe each one of them gets a little bit of red. Just a teeny bit of red. To go with her quilt that I made. Let me give you some light in here. I don't know if that made it better. Let me know. And can you guys hear me okay? All right, where's my other little red? So I have a little red corner. So I have 2 gauze, little red corner. I feel like I'm saying Little Red Riding Hood in my head. Another red corner. So that'll be 2, 3, 4 or 5. Good enough. Put my fabric scissors away because I know the rest is not fabric. I only have this little piece of ribbon. This came off a cigar. That would just make her mad because she hated that I smoke cigars. But this is pretty ribbon that came out of a cigar thing. Oh look, there's 2 more pieces of vellum. I'll just save that for later. Alright, this is really pretty lace. I have other kinds. Oh, I have this fabric too. 25 cents for this funky stuff. Let's get a few bits off of this. And I really want these to be chunky little layers. Oh, smicks. What is it doing? Oh, there it is. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you hear me fine. 3, 4, 5. All right, let's not do this for all of them. Let's just do this for a couple. So that'll be 1. Let's do it on the ones that have the jeans. Oh, I'm overthinking. Dag nabbit, I still haven't learned. I'm trying to not overthink and just gather things by look, texture, and size. But I guess I'm overthinking in just the preparing part, so maybe I'll never learn. All right, so now we have all the base layers down. Anything we put on top of this prettiness will be pretty. At least I think so. So I have this ribbon. It's gathered right here, so let's just trim that off. All right, and so then we'll trim these 2. And these 2 gives me 6. I'll try to be random on that pile. And then we'll go full circle. So that'll be this item, this item, this item. Am I still on screen for you guys? I don't even know. I guess so. That works out. Oh, I have a mess on my britches. It's a good thing you can't see under this part. Okay, first things first. And just in case my daughter watches this, I always think over all of this. These are the reason I chose these postcards. So number 1, this one is a trip that we actually took together with your grandparents. So, and now I'm talking to my daughter if she's watching. So when we took this trip together, we went up to a bunch of different places, but this was the local one in Mesa. This is the Hopi Indian village that we went to, and looks like it's in the middle of nowhere, but it's not. It's actually right near the city, so it's pretty cool. This is when we went to the Painted Desert with the grandparents, and this part right here is the eastern edge of the Grand Canyon. We didn't go to the eastern edge of the Grand Canyon. We went over by the railroad. And so we picked this up at the Petrified Forest, and I have a rock that I bought with my parents and all you guys on the only trip that I took where my mom and dad were there with you guys at the Grand Canyon. And so I put 2 of those in here because I have a lot of Grand Canyon postcards. It's good, oh, what do you call it? Oh, smacks. What do you call it? It's good background for the layers of the cluster, and then it's good journaling space on the back side. Now here, this looks very similar to the house that we lived in when you met your I don't want to say any names. I almost said the name. So your significant other, and you two, used to meet over by the driveway. So there's no real driveway here, but this really reminds me of the house. And these ones are Florida seashells to remind you of where you were born, where I was born, and where your baby's grandma, me, now lives. And it says greetings from Florida. And so we're going to cover up some of this, but just in case you're watching, that's why I chose those postcards. Okay, enough of the sappy stuff. So what I was thinking is we don't have to do them all the same way. I just don't like to do everything all the same way. Oh, let me move this crap out of the way. And we are just going to go circle. Watch how easy this is going to be. This will go too fast. All right, we're going to take one of these, and one of these, and one of these, I said I was going to do this on the blue jeans. We'll add a little bit of red right there. I got to make sure I can bring it all to the side. And the black's going to cover up the red a little bit. So now I'm doing like a bottom cluster here. Because you guys remember, my stapler doesn't go very far. So you guys are going to have more creativity on yours. I could put it more towards the center. That'll be fine. If I do it more towards the center. And it doesn't matter if I dangle it off a little bit. A little bit of that. The one on top here. Let's take you to the edge. And you're bigger, so let's layer you underneath. I'm just going by size. Okay. Uh-oh, I lost where my finger was on this guy. So let's bring this guy back over. And we're still stacked. Do we think my stapler can get through it all? Because that's kind of messy. But we've got it. Okay, the orange and the red's not cutting it for me. So this just says... Oh, I'm overthinking again, guys. There we go. And the last thing we'll stick on top is a T thing. And the T thing says, the creation of 1,000 forests is in one acorn. And let me see if I can get my tiny little stapler to wrap around this. Well, you know you want to wrap around this whole... Oh, there we go, there we go. And right where my finger was... Oh, I stapled too much through the words. So that's okay. If I did that, I can just layer again over the top with another word. And that's what I'll do. Picture perfect. Now, I know this is going to have to go sideways, and I'm okay with that. I'm not sure if she'll appreciate the messiness here. And what I could do if I wanted to was just roll this around or trim this rough. Let's trim this rough so it's not so straight. There we go. And that's the plan. And this will just say picture perfect, or it can say, oh, that's even better. I can have it tuck and say savor this moment of joy. That's what it says. So I don't have to staple this on the whole thing. I can just staple this on a part. And now you can't see my other staples, so that's okay with me. I'm out of staples. Let's pick a good color. And it ain't gonna be pink. Purple it is. Alright, here we go. It ain't gonna be pink just because she didn't want a bunch of pink stuff with the baby girl stuff. Is that how it, I don't remember how it goes. It's got to go this way because that's the only way it would staple. Oh my god, I just put them in backwards. Maybe I need more coffee. I think I need more coffee. There we go. So it's going to go up this way. So I'm just going to staple it this way. I changed my mind, so that's where it's going to go. And that'll be just a messy, messy cluster. And if you guys are wondering what is the point of clusters, that's the point in it themselves. They're clusters. They're brain-freeing. They take away your stress when you're making things, and they're just fun to make. All right, this postcard. And all my postcards are going to have to go in the book this way. So let's put the baby feet, because how perfect is that? Let's do the gauze on this one. All right, and the little bit of red is probably going to get hidden, but I'm okay with that. And your scrap of black, let's go with the white ribbon. And those are just the scraps. All right, now let's bring on, all right, I'm going to put this here so you guys can see better. Let's bring on the two birds. Isn't that perfect? Because that's where the two little lovebirds met. That's kind of cute. And if my orientation is going to be this way, huh? let's do that instead. So that means I have to slide over the black a little bit. There we go. And I feel like I don't want a whole lot more with that. And that says a perfect day. So now she has a journaling spot about a perfect day on something that's a bit of her own history. Even though it's not, I mean, it just looks like a Southwest house of history. It really looks like the house we lived in. And then this can be a tuck spot. This I'm going to attach into the journal. Actually, I'll probably just slide it. On the back side of these, just in case you're like me and you really don't like the sight of the staples, then all you have to do, gosh, I don't even see that staple hardly. All you have to do is cover the staple with something. And that's all I'm going to do with these ones. Just cover the staple. Well, hey there, Elizabeth. I know. I'm just on too much today. But I want to get this done. And somebody was talking about clusters, and why am I not able to rip that? There we go. And so these little postcard clusters are going to be nice. I feel like the postcards need to have rounded corners, but I'm not going to do that. Okay, maybe I am. This one at least needs rounded corners. It'll just look better. All right. The other one can be square because it has a frame. These three have frames, so they can be square. It's hip to be square, right? All right, now this one, it's the Grand Canyon with the baby feet. That's kind of cute. Let's cluster this one up at this corner. I don't want to do the blue jeans, and that's way too much. Let's go smaller. I'll fold it over. Get a little bit of red. No gauze on this one. Come on, off there. Ooh, I don't like the red with the orange, so you're off. So we'll stick these tags, rip it a little. We'll stick these tags up there. So originally Jessica Rapp's the one who introduced me to making clusters. And I really appreciate that because I love the act of actually going through and making these clusters. I like that better with it. All right, this one is, I feel like it just needs one last little something on it. Oh, the balloon in the Grand Canyon, that makes me want to tilt it this way now. That's the goal. We're going to tilt this one this way because I like the balloon here. And staple it on. All right, I don't have my pokey tool at hand, but I'm going to put a little pokey right here. And this is just a tiny X-Acto knife. And the reason I'm doing that is I want to put the word family up here. Oh, that's cute. Now, the beauty of this vellum is it seemed to rip nicely, so yeah, I like that. Well, that's cute. Just a little cluster on the Grand Canyon, and you can still tell it's the Grand Canyon. I know it's my material scissors. Don't do that, woman, but I had to, so you can see Grand Canyon. So that's cute. And she can still use it as like a little corner tuck. Let me show you. Here, see, like this. I can tuck anything in there that I feel like. And those could be tags or clusters or whatever I feel like. Let me see. There. Now you see. So it's just a tuck for another journaling spot on the card. as well as when I attach it into the book, or I can slide it in a pocket. On this one, I'd have to slide it this way because it's too noisy up that way. But I think I'll probably make this one a tip-in. Let's cover this to make it safe. Ding, ding. Where did I just do with that? There it is. And I also cover the back of my brads sometimes because then they don't move. I'll come back and maybe use vintage stamps and put the vintage stamps on everyone. But why not? 5 fun clusters. All right, let me see. The next one. This is the other Grand Canyon one. Oh, I like the blue jeans. All right, we're gonna make this one go this way. In the middle. And I am just going to do a full-on middle cluster. And instead, I think this is just too big to use. Let me see, do you rip this way? Ding. I say ding when I'm looking for something. What is up with me? Let me see. No, no, you don't rip that way. Let's see if I rip this way. Oh my gosh, I am the biggest weakling. Did I just knock all that over? I did. Oh my gosh. Well, that's a durable material. I don't know what that's made out of, but I'm not going to mess with that. We'll just cut this. Give me a Grand Canyon feel with a little bit of trim. We'll layer it that way. We'll do this one the same. And then I don't have the perfect rip. Let's go up instead of down. All right. And put this on the edge. I kind of wish you were behind me right now. I should have done the video that way. All right. Leaving on the edge. All right. Now that looks like a different kind of mountain. She won't even be able to see that this one's the Grand Canyon, but that's okay. Oh, I don't want another one of those. I have a fabric flower. Just goes in the center on the edge. Leaving on the edge. What else do I have here? Pretty little bird. No, that's too colorful. These guys can tuck in. And let's go into the thing I just dumped over. See what we have. All right, you kind of match. So, oh wait, we need a word. What do we have? We have faith, hope, love. That works. Let's offset you that way. And the whole thing is clustered onto the paper clip. I mean the paper clip. What did I call this? Oh, look, this piece fell off, so we can just reattach you over here by faith. Oh, that's so cute. This one's my favorite one now. Isn't that cute? I'll turn it upside down so you can see it. I don't know if I'm on screen well enough, but hopefully that makes sense. Another cluster. Oh, I'm already to the last one. All right, so this cluster is baby feet over the top of this whole thing. Little cup of coffee, because she'll need a lot of that. The circle in the middle of the coffee that says olive oil soap. You know what? Tuck this over and under. I like that. I don't want the red anymore. So tuck this. Now you can't even tell that it's a little cup of coffee, but I know it's a cup of coffee. That'll be fine. And then a vintagey picture. No, that's too big and too small. It's missing something. Yeah, I'm just moving everything over to see something. So this will be my double staple. And that's how it's going to go. I'll put a staple here. And this needs a little corner right there. No, I don't want the olive oil now. Now I'm getting picky. You know, I don't know. Oh, flowers. That's what it needs. Pretty little flowers. Right there. Now this is a good tuck spot. See, I'll show you real quick. There. It's a good tuck spot, postcard cluster. And then on the back side, she can journal on it. I like that. You too, Sherry. Okay. Now that I have a big old mess on my thing, right, let's put a pokey thing here. I'm just pushing it through. It's a thin piece of paper. It'll be fine. It just says enjoy. Oh, look, my my coffee didn't quite make it. Yeah. Guess I can live without the coffee there. Oh, lordy, lordy. Here we go. I'm going to stick it through here. So now it says enjoy right there. Because I need some kind of a word on there. All right, that's cute. And you can still see what the item is if you flip it down. Oh, seriously? Thank you for telling me I'm frozen. I don't even know why it froze.